that you would want to happen, you hope on a wishing star.
It takes courage to seek help. Provident helps people envision a brighter future and find hope.
I believe in the power of hope.
I can see the hope in Our Lady's eyes grow each day.
I'm hopeful for the world to be safe.
Hope is so important.
I hope that somebody find a cure for coronavirus.
I have so much hope for our after-school kids.
I wish the world to be a better place.
People who call us are looking for hope.
Mary Ryder Home gives me hope.
We give people hope.
I hope for everybody to be safe in hospitals.
I believe in the power of hope.
I hope they stop gun violence.
I believe in hope.
I work here because we give people hope.
I am hopeful that after-school programs like the one here at Bryan Hill will be available to students so that they have a safe place where they can feel loved.
Mary Ryder Home gives me hope.
Couldn't we all use a little hope right now?
Couldn't we all use a little hope right now? What powerful words. Good evening, I'm Tom Ackerman from KMOX, and I will be your host tonight. I'm a board member at Provident Behavioral Health, and we are so pleased to bring you our first ever virtual gala. It's entitled 60 Minutes of Hope. This event is being professionally produced by Switch right here in St. Louis. Through the next hour, I'll be guiding you through some pretty incredible stories and details about how our agency brings hope to tens of thousands of people in our community. You remember that Provident and Mary Ryder Home joined forces to care for people of all ages in our community, and we are happy to share good news about each of our programs tonight. We are grateful for Centene Charitable Foundation, which is once again our presenting sponsor. We're also thankful for our diamond sponsor, Edward Jones, and for all of our sponsors and individuals who have given so generously in support of our mission. Some of our sponsors tonight are enjoying meals from Russo's Catering, a St. Louis institution. We are thrilled to thank our honorary chairs, Mark Wrighton and Risa Zwirling, Carol Walker, Bob Fox and Maxine Clark, Stuart and Elaine Greenbaum, and Larry Thomas. And to also thank our honorary committee filled with amazing community leaders. Our goal this evening is to raise $255,000, and your gifts already total $187,000 ahead of this event. That is truly remarkable. Your gifts tonight will directly impact the people we help every day. This past year of isolation and loss has dramatically increased the need for Provident services, and yet we are filled with hope for every person who comes to Provident Behavioral Health and Mary Ryder Home. Each time I speak tonight, you'll see the giving link on the bottom of your screen, and next to that link is a black and white box. That is the QR code that will take you directly to the link to make a gift to support our mission. All you need to do is point your smartphone camera toward the black and white box, and the giving link will automatically display on your phone. Let's take a few minutes to hear from some of the people responsible for serving 63,000 people each year.
Provident is just such an important organization. It serves so many people who really need the services of the agency.
The work that we're doing at Provident Behavioral Health is so important because we're looking to really impact the entire St. Louis community and beyond. It's more than just one program. It's how our programs work together to provide first-class services.
We do it through our counseling services. We do it through our after-school supports, through the crisis lines that are being answered downstairs as we speak, through psychiatric nursing services, through our older adults who live at the Mary Ryder Center, and through our system advocacy.
It's a really unique way that we're able to meet the needs of someone through therapy, through medication management, and through crisis support services. That's what I'm really proud of for what we do.
The fact that we can instill hope and a sense of calm within our clients is why I'm so proud to do what I do.
It's really something that has changed my college experience. I've found women who I look up to and just a place that I feel at home.
I got involved because I recognized that there's an importance in talking about mental health. Something that, frankly, growing up, we didn't discuss a lot. I recognize that the work they're doing is actually amazing, and so many people need these services. And things can be temporary, and if you're able to weather the storm, you have opportunity tomorrow to find a better day or a better path or a better situation.
Provident also gives hope by helping people turn their lives around when they have found themselves in really difficult situations.
The exceptional people that we have on staff that are working to help these clients have the best possible outcomes and the best possible lives. That's what can give someone hope when they're coming to Provident for services.
It's about having hope that tomorrow will be better, or the next moment will be better, and that these moments will pass.
Provident instills hope in others by always being there. There's nothing that I think can provide greater hope than when someone needs help and they pick up the phone and they call, and there's a voice at the other end that says, "How can I help you?" You might be able to save their lives.
Welcome. Well, clearly we're not in a ballroom tonight, but I'm thrilled to be here with you regardless. Many of you may know about Provident's mission. It's building brighter futures through exceptional behavioral health services, especially for those most in need. I want to tell you tonight that it's even more relevant than ever. Many of you may know that 20% of us, 1 in 5 of us, experience a mental health issue, but this year it's been double that, or 40%. We like to talk about the staff here as mental health first responders, and we do that in a whole host of ways. We do it through our counseling services. We do it through our after-school supports. We do it through the crisis lines that are being answered downstairs as we speak, through psychiatric nursing services, through our older adults who live at the Mary Ryder Center, and through our system advocacy. With your help, we've been able to pivot in a whole new way this year. We've expanded our crisis services. We've moved to after-school supports. We've completed a switch to telehealth. And we've even done hallway bingo with the residents of Mary Ryder. We're really grateful for your help with that. Our legacy is to serve the underserved, and 2/3 of the folks that we serve have an annual income of under $30,000. That's really part of what makes us an important part of our community. At Provident, we do good work. We do important work. We do hard work. And I'm especially proud to be part of an organization that has great service and creates brighter futures for folks in our community. I want to express my gratitude to each of you who joined us tonight, and for your unwavering care and support for our staff. Your gifts help us to change lives, save lives, and give hope. Thank you all so much.
And that was our Executive Director, Kevin Drollinger, talking about how Provident does good work, important work, and hard work. And I know this is true. It's why I joined the Provident Board of Directors and why so many of you support this agency year after year. There are just so many people who rely on Provident, on the skilled clinicians and crisis workers, people who rely on the after-school providers, and on the staff who give such compassionate care to our ladies at Mary Ryder Home. This is an agency that serves a wide range of ages through a variety of personalized and compassionate care. And you heard Kevin say that over 2/3 of the people we help have a household income of less than $30,000. Where might these individuals be if it were not for Provident? Now I ask you to watch and listen to this story of an entire family who benefited from Provident's unwavering support over the course of several years.
I remember at a time where I was like, are we gonna make it through? We have been fostering for about 15 years. And we've adopted one of our children. We're fostering the other one, soon to be adopted. Foster care is messy, and it did take our family down to its bare bones of just real raw ugliness. So Mercy, since her adoption, it was not a smooth transition, her coming in. There was violence, there was lack of sleep, there was a lot of stuff to sift through.
So when a child has a history of trauma, there's a lot of variety of symptoms that a lot of times people just look at them in isolated ways when you really need to look at them all together and say, wow, this kid is really trying to communicate that they're struggling. As a kid, she just had a lot of challenges being in the foster care system and all that carries. And so really just being able to process that and untangle some of those things that really needed to be worked through. What you see in a lot of kids, and this was true for Mercy, was a lot of holding it inside, a lot of bottling it up, and then it was coming out in very unhealthy ways.
A year ago, we were in a pretty rough spot. My son was gone, not knowing if he was going to come home, and my oldest has epilepsy, and we were in and out of the hospital. I felt like I couldn't really be there for Mercy's trauma because I was balancing all these other really big things.
When I first met Jessica, she was under a lot of stress. She realized after having her children in services and getting them the support that they need, that she had neglected to take care of herself and needed to come into services as well so that she could be the best mom that she could be. Provident was able to offer individual and family therapy counseling for this family.
Counseling has been able to walk alongside them during their difficult times, provide that support, and let them know that there's always somebody by their side that's rooting for them and helping them through things.
So we offered trauma therapy, which was used a lot with the Younce family and with Mercy. We offer CBT, DBT services. We offer mindfulness. We can offer all kinds of different services to families. We are available 24/7, 365. Therapy is available by appointment. They can call their therapist if they're needing it, but we also have our crisis services, which is available 24/7.
Provident has played a huge, crucial piece. No one got frustrated with us. No one gave up. No one stopped trying. They were just in it for the long haul. Her adoption was finalized in 2020, so she is officially a Younce. Without those therapists, I don't think we would be here. I don't think we would have made it to adoption. It's done a lot for her and our family kind of growing together as one.
I think she's come a long way. She already has dreams and aspirations. She's thinking about her future, which is a really cool thing to see in a kid, and to just be able to encourage that growth. That's only going to help her future to be brighter.
My favorite part of Miss Bree is whenever she helps me with all of my worries. She is always there for me.
I think there's an incredible amount of hope for this family. They continue to grow as a family and increase their bond as a family, and the love that this family has for each other will take them far.
I'm happy that I got adopted. There's people that want me and who love me.
I see the future with a brightness that I've never seen it, to be honest. You immediately can see the sweetness in the fact that we just function like a family. Lord knows that that's been a long time in the making. So.
That is just such a compelling story of a special family who has gained so much hope through their own hard work with Provident's help. We also received some pretty amazing news this past week. The family you just watched officially adopted Mercy's brother. So they are now a family of 4 children, all whom have received support through Provident. Congratulations. What a wonderful story. Very special, special family. Provident served 63,000 people this year. Think about that for a moment. That is 173 people each and every day. You know, providing quality care with specialized therapists takes resources. Nonprofits like Provident exist to serve the community in meaningful ways, and I think we all understand the services provided by Provident are critical to our community. If you would like to support individuals and families in need, please see the giving link on the bottom of your screen. Remember, 2/3 of Provident's clients have a household income of less than $30,000. So this agency truly is a resource for anyone in need, and your gifts tonight will directly help people in our community. Envision someone you know who might benefit from counseling, from 24-hour crisis services, psychiatric services, after-school programming, or from a loving home like Mary Ryder Home. You can type in the link, or you can point your smartphone's camera to the black and white QR code to make the giving link display on your smartphone screen. Provident's goal is to provide accessible and high-quality behavioral health services to anyone who needs it. Your gift of any amount will help us reach more people through our life-changing and life-saving programs. We're getting some word now, thank you very much, getting some word now of totals that are coming in. Wow. Thank you to board member Jack Lay and his wife Debbie. They have donated $20,000. Thank you so much, Jack and Debbie. Chuck and Kathy Voller have donated $10,000 tonight. Stuart and Elaine Greenbaum, $2,500, bringing us to a new total of $223,750. Wow. Thank you so much to all of those, and thank you, folks, for making your donations now. And now you're going to hear more about the services we provide and the people who make it possible.
Lots of research has shown us that the best course of treatment for someone with a mental health issue is often a combination of both therapy and psychiatric services. Our program employs psychiatric mental health nurse practitioners, which are nurse practitioners that are skilled in both therapeutic interventions, but also have the ability to prescribe psychotropic medications. So they're integrating therapeutic approaches into psychiatric services and providing a really good kind of quality of care. With psychiatric mental health nurse practitioners versus having a psychiatrist, it helps us make services more affordable. Because of that, we're able to offer reduced fees for someone coming in for services or sliding fee scales. This makes services more accessible for lower income populations, minority populations. We really want to make sure that help is accessible to anyone who needs it, regardless of their socioeconomic status, their race, what neighborhood they live in. We want to make sure Provident services are accessible to them and affordable. One of the main challenges that we face with being able to launch and grow this program is making sure that we're able to achieve our mission of really serving the underserved, those that are most in need of this service. To do that, we really rely on the support of our funders. That's what helps us be able to reduce fees for someone or make sure that everyone can come to services without concerns about their ability to pay. By supporting Provident services, you're helping to make sure that someone who isn't insured or is underfunded is able to come for services without having to worry about what else they're not going to be able to afford because our services were accessible to them. By supporting Provident, you're helping us expand what we do in the community. We have exceptional services, but there's more need out there than we're able to accommodate at this time. There's more people that need our help, and your support helps us make that possible.
My name is Eddie Lawler, and I'm the new board chair at Provident. During our virtual gala, you're getting a window into the people, the programs, the impact, and the growing need for Provident services. This year I've had a front row seat to see the tremendous effort and pivot that Provident has accomplished during the pandemic and recession. It's no secret that distress, despair, and thoughts of suicide have all increased, by some data doubling during this period. This great group at Provident has been there to respond and provide access to services all days and hours. And as our motto says, to provide hope. The group you see tonight on our videos is too humble to really describe the effort, the challenges, and resilience that's gone into this year. I have seen it, and they are simply amazing. What they do is amazing. We are rightly heralding frontline workers this year. Provident and Mary Ryder do frontline work. This year, Provident served 60,000 people, 2/3 in families with incomes under $30,000. There's a dilemma though. At the same time that need and opportunity for Provident services are spiking, the ability of some of our long-standing corporate, foundation, and individual donors to support us has gone down. Even a virtual gala, as great as this is not quite a financial substitute for the traditional event. As a result, we need every friend who is fortunate enough to be able to support us this year. Mental health and quality of life are fundamental, and there's no better investment in St. Louis than Provident. When mental health suffers, the ability to work, to care for others, and to cope with the daily challenges of this time are all affected. Provident has all the ingredients. We have a great board, outstanding leadership with Kevin and his team, amazing staff and programs, and as we all know, tremendous community need. So on behalf of our board, I want to thank you for joining us tonight and for all of your great support for Provident and the Mary Ryder Center.
Wait a minute. Who knew he was that good on the trombone? Dr. Lawler, great job. Thank you so much. And as you just heard from the former dean of the Brown School of Social Work at Washington University, Provident and Mary Ryder Home provide critical frontline work. As the need and opportunity for our services are spiking, we ask every friend who is able to support us to do so this year. Good mental health is critical for people to work, to take care of themselves and their families, and to participate in their community, in our community. The link to give is once again on your screen, and we thank you for whatever you can provide this evening. This past year, we received over 59,000 crisis calls, and a full third of those callers identified as having thoughts of suicide. Our crisis workers do many things. They answer incoming calls, they offer safety planning, they assist in finding resources of care, they make outgoing follow-up calls. And this past year, they worked with emergency personnel over 1,000 times to make active rescues. Provident is in the business of changing lives, of saving lives, and of offering hope. The next few videos underscore our highly specialized crisis services. Please note there may be some disturbing language.
Provident Crisis Services, this is Dominic. How may I assist you today?
Hi, I've been having a lot of suicidal thoughts and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to handle my depression anymore and the loneliness.
Have you ever attempted suicide?
I thought about it. I just want to end it all.
Okay. So what I want to talk to you about is safety planning. In its most basic sense, it's a plan on how to keep safe when you're having these thoughts of suicide. It's something that you can do or somebody that you can reach out to, but it's done with the intention to keep yourself safe. And I know it's tough, and I know it sounds like a lot, and because it is, and things are really, really tough right now. But I want you to know that we're also here for you. And If these thoughts are getting worse, would you be able to give us a call?
I could.
What would be a good time for us to follow up with you today?
Would 7:30 be okay?
7:30 works great. We'll follow up with you at 7:30 if we don't hear from you before then.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that works.
All right, well, I appreciate you calling in, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Hi, my name is Jessie Vance, and I'm going to talk for a minute about a call in Provident Crisis Services that was really impactful, and I just felt really helpful, and like I really helped someone stay alive. I had a call, this was probably 2 years ago, with a man who wanted to take his own life, and he was surrounded by an arsenal of guns. My conflict with him was getting him to go outside and meet the police outside. He didn't want to because he didn't want to get arrested. And I, of course, was worried for the safety of the police. I didn't know what this man would do with these guns, and there were just a lot of concerns, and it was a hard call. It was over an hour long. Eventually, because I had such a strong rapport with this caller and was able to get him to trust me, I convinced him to walk outside without any guns, and he believed me when I told him that he wouldn't go to jail, he would go to the hospital and get treatment and help for his mental health and referrals to a therapist and medication, and that was all true. He wasn't taken to jail, he was taken to a hospital and received follow-up services. So that was a call that was really scary and really terrifying and could have ended really badly, but it ended really well and gave he and I both a sense of hope.
Well, we all know that 2020 has been a difficult year for everybody. We have seen so many people with increased mental health concerns because of the pandemic. And, you know, one of the big challenges is that we've had clinicians who are experiencing the same things that their clients are currently experiencing. When the community had to close down in March, Provident didn't skip a beat. We very quickly moved into providing telehealth and telephonic appointments for our clients. We've received over 60,000 calls into our call center. Of those callers, a whopping 33% said yes to thoughts of suicide. So it's so important that we have well-trained staff and volunteers answering those calls around the clock. In 2020, we actually did over 1,000 active rescue calls working with first responders to keep people who are at imminent risk of suicide or homicide safe. So not only are we answering calls around the clock, but we're also providing thousands of follow-up calls to people who are at high risk of suicide. We've continued through the pandemic serving kids in 4 area school districts, and we've worked hand in hand with those school counselors to provide services to students who are going through a very unique time. We also started a new partnership with the SSM Behavioral Health Urgent Care, where we are increasing our client volume through our Access Center. And that Access Center is a program where we pair clients with student counselors who can be seen for $5 a session, really truly helping those most in need. The fact that we can instill hope and a sense of calm within our clients is why I'm so proud to do what I do. We provide services not only to the St. Louis community, but all over the nation. So we help literally thousands and thousands of lives, and that's why I love working for Provident.
My name is Barbara Abbott. I have been involved with Provident since 2003, believe it or not. I grew up in a modest household in rural Missouri. The community that we were familiar with did not have a lot, but my parents were always helping someone in the community. And I think that I learned what philanthropy is really about from them. And I just feel so fortunate that I have always been able to follow through in that role model they set for me. I think it's important for us to always consider people who are less fortunate than some of us are and how much help they might need. And I just hope that people understand that the needs are growing all the time in our community. And if people can provide a little help to that, the overall community benefits. Provident instills hope in others by always being there. At one point, I was so involved with Life Crisis Services, and it is a 24/7 service. And there's nothing that I think can provide greater hope than when someone needs help and they pick up the phone and they call, and there's a voice at the other end that says, "How can I help you?" By answering a phone call from somebody who calls that hotline, you might be able to save their lives.
I hope you all understand the impact of this agency and its mission of providing the highest quality of behavioral health and crisis services to people in our community. Thank you to Jessie for sharing her personal experience. And we know that every crisis worker has dozens of stories of lives they have saved. Our crisis workers answer hotline calls, but they also make outgoing calls to people in distress. They monitor our interactive social media site, Feeling Kinda Blue, and they facilitate survivors of suicide support groups. 24 hours of every day, they are available to help those who cannot wait. And now we are in for a treat. We are going to hear from Mary Ryder Home, a residential care facility that has been in operation since the Great Depression, providing a loving home for older adult women with severe and persistent behavioral health needs. Please join me as we hear from some of the staff who have provided a collective 142 years of service to the ladies of Mary Ryder Home, and then we will meet some of the ladies.
My name is Terry Jones-Signego. I'm actually Mary Ryder's great-granddaughter. I've been working here for over 35 years now, and with that, I'm fortunate enough to have these lovely ladies here with me that have dedicated their lives to ensuring that our ladies are treated with dignity and respect.
My name is Dorothy Haynes, and I've been at the Mary Ryder Home for 47 years, and I enjoy working here. I love to cook, and most of all, I like to see the ladies when they enjoy it. It make you feel good about yourself.
My name is Yvette Scott. I've been in Mary Ryder Home for 23 years. My mom currently works here. My grandmother worked here when I was a little girl. And it's a pleasure to work here with the residents, for the residents.
Growing up with my colleagues here, the unconditional love, understanding, acceptance, no matter what was going on in our lives, we could pull together. And it really made a difference when you would see somebody come into the home, they're broken, they're sick, they could be abandoned, they could be homeless. And when they stepped through the door of Mary Ryder, they were home. They were accepted, they were loved. We cared for them, we cried with them, we laughed with them. We held their hands when they were dying and nobody else was there with them. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I tell people I got the best job in the world. Where else can you go and have a huge impact on somebody's life?
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
Mary Ryder Home is a place for all the seniors.
The staff here is really caring, and I'm warm, safe, dry, fed.
We had food, we had this place to stay, and we get a medicine, and if they need help, they come help out.
It really matters to them how I'm doing.
If you have anything that's going wrong with you, they would take you in, no matter what. If you're having a problem with finances or your health is bad, no question asked.
All my needs are met. When I need to talk to somebody, there's somebody there to talk to, and the staff really cares.
The ladies help us a lot. They wake us up in the morning, and they help us take showers.
It makes me thankful. It really makes me thankful.
It is a lovely place to live in. And we have a lot of art, game, trips.
I love living in Mary Ryder Home.
I love Mary Ryder. They're full of love.
It's a safe place for me to be at.
Somewhere
So you see, Provident and Mary Ryder Home believe everyone deserves excellent and compassionate care. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling so encouraged by those stories of courage and love and hope. Let's see what our current total is. Oh, yes, big number right now. I'm hearing big numbers, and as usual, we are overwhelmed by the generous support of this community. Thank you so much for your support. I am also told the ladies of Mary Ryder Home are having a watch party tonight. Can we turn our cameras to them to say hello, please? Now, how great to see all of those smiling faces. Now we get some more smiles. Provident has been offering after-school programming since 1994, and in this most difficult year, the care and attention of our after-school staff has been critical. Join me in welcoming Gail Sharp as we learn a little more about what has been going on this year in after-school.
As we all know, this past year has been difficult, and few areas have been disrupted more than schools. And yet, kids are so resilient. Our after-school staff, who operate in 11 schools and 3 districts, have adjusted from in-person to hybrid to virtual and back again. But we continue to do this work because our kids and their families mean so much to us, and because what we do in after school is so important. In the course of a year, we serve over 700 kids, offering a social and emotional learning curriculum that includes community service learning opportunities, homework help, and creative and enriching activities like basketball, yoga, chess, STEM, and a step dancing club. Please enjoy this video, which gives you a view of the sweet faces we get to see each day.
Uplifting images from Provident's after-school program, which serves over 700 kids each year. And a special thanks to the Bryan Hill Step Dance Club. They had some sweet moves, didn't they? We are here to raise funds for all of Provident's programs. Can we see what our total is, please? Oh, thank you very much. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so we have a generous donor who has donated $10,000, first of all. Thank you to that generous donor. We also have from Sanford and Sally Scott a $1,000 donation. And we have received a generous gift from Bob Sanders. Thank you very much to all of you, which brings us to a total at this moment of $244,750. Wow, what a night we are having. Thank you very much. We have seen so many hopeful images today, but before we go, we need to talk about a very important group of people, our volunteers, board members, advisory council members, young professionals, crisis workers, Mary Ryder Home volunteers. Each individual supports our mission and provides extra love and attention to the people we serve. Please listen to what our volunteers have to say, starting with some very special folks from Washington University.
Hi, Stuart Greenbaum here. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the former dean of the Olin Business School at Washington University and have been an active supporter of Provident for almost 15 years. I consider it a privilege and honor to have served on both the board and the advisory council of Provident. I'm proud to be part of a secular agency that is unfailingly dedicated to supporting the neediest in our community, with a history that traces back to the Civil War period. We serve children in public schools, seniors in residential facilities, the recently incarcerated, and the forlorn contemplating suicide. Thousands each year find guidance, help, and sustenance at Provident, and it is the privilege of those more blessed materially to support this extraordinary endeavor called Provident Behavioral Health.
Hello everyone, I'm Risa Zwirling.
And I'm Mark Ryder. We're so happy to have you attend Provident's 60 Minutes of Hope.
I've been involved with Provident as a board member for over 12 years, and I am very proud of the great work they do to provide children, families, and older adults with social services and mental health treatment. I've worked in the behavioral health field for over 40 years as a clinical social worker and as an administrator, and I know firsthand how difficult it is to care for underserved populations with complex issues. In 2006, Barack Obama wrote a book called The Audacity of Hope, Thoughts on Reclaiming the American Dream. It's about a willingness to come together and tackle complex problems in our society and provide hope when there's none. That is what Provident does every day, one person at a time.
We thank you for joining our virtual gala tonight, and we ask you to join Risa and me in supporting Provident to serve people in our community who deserve to have hope in their lives. Thank you.
I got involved because I recognized that there's an importance in talking about mental health, something that frankly growing up we didn't discuss a lot. And when I came upon Provident during my time at WashU as an undergrad, I recognized that the work they're doing is actually amazing and so many people need these services. The work that young professionals do is important. We advocate for the organization, we fundraise money. Again, that goes into not just programs, but also impacting people's lives, giving them hope, and come together to support something that's awesome and believe in doing important work. As a young professional, we've come to this group or this world with a different perspective. Most notable being, being in this generation that's dominated by social media and how that's impacted mental health. And I think we've grown up in that environment, so we have a front seat view of what that's done and kind of the importance of bringing mental health into this world where social media has changed so much of how we see the world and how we see each other. The work we do matters. The money we raise matters. It helps support the programs. It helps this organization continue to do the work that they do every day. And also by us being involved, we make this more apparent to our peers. And it may not resonate, so they donate tons of money today, but it does resonate this fact they know this name, they know this organization does and that it exists. And I think that level of awareness is impactful in itself. Provident services, because they're available to everyone, I think will help people acknowledge that it doesn't matter who you are, everyone struggles, and everyone can use a helping hand from time to time. And you can come to Provident no matter who you are and find that support.
Mary Ryder Home is just so wonderful because I've gotten to know some amazing women and make some great connections, like with Miss Judy. And whenever I talk to the women or come here, I just feel the love and joy and hope that is Mary Ryder Home. This award is such an honor to me because it means that these women have been able to really grow from the amount of effort I've put into this, and it shows that there have been social connections that have been made and just friendships that have been formed. I grew up always having service being something really important in my life that was instilled to me by my parents, and I always thought I wanted to work with kids, and now I thought maybe I want to work with older adults because they've really made an impact in my life. Mary Ryder Home has become a home away from home for me here in St. Louis because I've been able to have true friendships like that with Judy. Mary Ryder Home to me is just a place of joy and love and a place that I feel at home.
Thank you to all of our community leaders and volunteers. Congratulations to Ms. Simon on her Volunteer of the Year award. What a remarkable young woman. We are going to wrap things up here tonight, but can we take a final look at what we've raised to support the amazing mission of Provident Behavioral Health? Let's see if we can get an update. Ah, yes, there it is. Wow. 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 We have raised, to this point, $295,960. My gosh. The generosity of the St. Louis community comes through again. And in the Provident Behavioral Health and Mary Ryder Home communities in particular, we are so grateful. You are helping us bring hope to people in a year that has been so difficult. I know that I feel more hopeful now, knowing your generosity will lead to better behavioral health care for those who need it most. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring about the people in our community. We're going to close out with one more view of that watch party at Mary Ryder Home. Thank you for joining us tonight.